Hi lads,
Hi Paul, how you doing?
I'm all right. See Bolton score 5-0. 5-0.
That's a nice little birthday present for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. We're a month into the season now. How do you reflect on how that first month's gone?
It's been very good. Obviously, we've had 3 wins from 4. Uh, could consider ourselves unlucky in our first game against Leeds. That was a good game. So we've been competitive and come out on top 3 times out of 4. So as far as months go, it's been a good month.
And over that period, you've had the little bit of disruption with Ryan dropping out in the Hull KI game and Kay going off early in the last game, and you've had people who've adapted and maybe people who've played longer stints than you would have expected and things like that. Is there anyone who's sort of stood out in terms of what they've done over the past month and in them sort of situations?
Um, well, obviously Chris Atkin fills in them roles, doesn't he? And he always stands out for being versatile and but quality with it. But Sneady's led from the front. We've got our edges have been on fire. But I could go through all the team. Singles led from the front. Jack Ormerod, Amy has stepped up. They've all done it. So I'm going to say it'd be tough to name individuals, but I've just done that. So, but I pretty much could have kept going and can keep going if you want through the entire team. It's been a collective, and ultimately, yeah, I think the way we are as a group, I think it needs all everybody contributing pretty much equally to come up with the start what we have done. So that's been good.
Does it sort of reflect the work that you've put in pre-season when people have to make those bits of changes and appear in different positions and things like that, and maybe gone for a bit longer than they might have expected to? Is it all the work that you banked up a pre-season that allows that to happen fairly seamlessly and not impact the performance?
I think it absolutely does. Yeah, I think getting away on camp was huge for this club in particular. But that we worked hard in pre-season. The players worked hard. And yeah, the transitions when people do come in have been quite seamless. And obviously you lose potency in certain areas, but and some of the players that have left have done that as well and had an impact in that respect too. But what we've doubled down on is character and effort and understanding of everybody's role as individuals and other roles as well, which you've pointed out to alluded to that we've covered and more than filled adequately. So yeah, it's a reflection of their hard work and reflection of a good pre-season. So yeah, it's been good.
And looks like, obviously, with the 20-man squad this week, maybe a couple of injuries picked up. Against St. Anne's, obviously, the Cade one is the HIA. But like Brad Singleton and Chris Hankinson, are they going to be any sort of long-term, or are they almost like a week-by-week position at the minute?
Oh, they're like Ollie Partington and Joe Mellor. They're 8-weekers, so they're not good. And we've lost a couple more actually. So that squad's an 18-man squad now. So it's we've hit a recession, so to speak. And so yeah, it'll be back to the wall now for a little bit. But this is no surprise. We knew that this would come sooner or later, and it's hit us. It was always going to be a tough period. Wigan and Saints together, two obviously physically tough teams, and so this is we're going to hit a challenging period now, and we need our fans more than ever now to encourage the boys and get here. They've put a stint in there. I think we've proved when we're healthy that we can compete more than compete. We can beat anybody when we're healthy. But yeah, I guess when at the moments when we're not going to be healthy, then that's the cry for some support. Of our fans who've been fantastic. But we'll need you more than ever this week and for the next few weeks, I think.
It's always a big one for the fans to trip over to whenever you play Wigan. So is it a case of, while on the pitch, obviously the World Club champions, things like that, it is a game that generally does bring out that bit of extra backing from the supporters, and hopefully that can be an impact this week.
Yeah, well, obviously Wigan are here, so it's our ground. Wigan will travel really well. They've got fantastic fans as well. They're on an absolute high, being world champions. The form's great, the squad's great. There's a lot of noise about Wigan, rightly so. They've done a fantastic job of building a powerhouse club. They've always have been that, but I think they've took that to a different level now, haven't they? So we fully respect that, and that's aspirational for everybody. So, like I said, they will travel in numbers. They're enjoying their journey at the minute, their supporters. So I've got no doubt that our fans will step up. And like I said before, we'll need some noise because they'll be a noisy bunch, the Wiganers, and we need to be able to match that and put our best voices on.
Matt Pete's spoken about the intensity whenever the two sides meet in the last couple of years, and he's had a lot of nice words to say about yourself and the coaching staff and what you've put together at Salford. Is it a case of trying to keep that intensity up this week, even though you are, like you say, short on numbers and you've got some bodies missing?
Always the case, yeah. That's the challenge. So adversity, can offer you an excuse, or it can offer you a challenge and something to get excited about. And we'll always choose the latter. I think that's the character of the group, and so we'll be motivated to continue building from everything character based, and that's a good platform, isn't it, to start from? And I think you've seen that this year. We've been winning in a different manner, and like I said before, we've been full of character and effort, and that's a good starting point. And the rest will follow. We're up against some formidable opposition, and as you alluded to, the massive complimentary of ourselves, and we return that as well. There's respectful relationship between all clubs and all coaches in particular. I think we're quite supportive of one another and understand that it's a lonely place coaching. So there's a good respect amongst, and certainly Matty and myself have a good relationship, and I respect what he's done, because whilst I've got pressures of not having a lot, he's got the pressures of having a lot. So and it's a different sort of pressure, and it should never be underestimated that sort of pressure as well. And like I said before, he gets my respect in that manner.
Thanks, Paul. All the best again.
Cheers.
Alex, you can go next, bud.
Hi, Paul. Hope you're good, mate.
Hiya, mate. Good, thank you.
Just quickly touching on last week, if I can. Would you say that was kind of your favourite win, your best win since being in charge at Salford?
No, not really. He's probably in the top 10, but no, it was good. Obviously, it was good because we like breaking unwanted records, and it's nice to be attached to doing that. But no, I've enjoyed other ones more than that.
What would be sort of your top one, or sort of your top couple?
Crikey, you needed to give me
off the top of your head.
Yeah, day's notice on this one, but we've had some good playoff games. We've got Huddersfield, we've beat Saints at home considerably. I think a record score. So there's been good performances. There's been a bit of magic in there's aspects in every game that I enjoy. So I think it's satisfying to get a win and like I said, break that record, and against an opposition like St Helens. There's not many. I would imagine there's quite a lot of teams with unwanted records for the last time they won over at St Helens. So we're not doing backflips. It's we're a confident bunch. So whilst we understand what a challenge it was and what an achievement it was, it won't define them or us. So we just roll along with it, and we worry about what's next.
I'll send you my list of questions in advance next time, Paul.
Thank you.
On sort of the injuries front as well, I guess does that make it even more important, having the points on the board that you've got already?
Well, it does in reality, but I don't want to sit here and say really, that wouldn't be a focus for me, or it wouldn't be a tone that I would take, because that would suggest that, all right, we've give ourselves breathing space, and we can afford, to have a dip of sorts. Whereas our focus is to maintain our standards and maintain success throughout, regardless of the players that we put in, and the players that we put in will be fully capable of achieving the same standards. I guess the challenge will be you'll inevitably lack some potency where people are out of position, and so that's the challenge. And when you're at the sharp end against the world champions, then that task becomes even more difficult. So, but again, we're enthused and challenged by it, not worried, not frightened. And our spirits won't be dampened.
Well, and I suppose that's something that, because a lot of the new signings that you brought in have, for want of a better phrase, hit the ground running, I suppose, and kind of like embrace that, whether it's sort of the culture that you guys have at Salford, and I suppose that togetherness of kind of like us against the world as well. What have you, in terms of infiltrating those new signings into your squad? They've certainly settled in quite quickly, haven't they?
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it was against the world. I just think we have an environment where we look inwards first, and we just maintain a standard and a belief within that group. But we don't overly focus. We're not at war with every man and his dog here. We're just worried about us and what we do, and how we perform, and what our standards are, and what our culture's like. Being good lads and making sure we're a supportive group of one another, and we hold each other accountable. And when you've got attributes like that, then you've got a decent starting point.
And just finally from me as well, David Nofualuma included in the squad as well. Can we expect him to play? Oh well, you've only got 18 men now, I suppose, who is going to play a part on Thursday. And what are you hoping to see from him? Are you excited about having someone of that caliber in your team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure he'll be too comfortable lining up at prop, but strong carries, quick play of the balls, and we'll see where we go.
But is he, what sort of Salford faithful can they expect from him?
Yeah, well, like anything else, David's come to us with a disjointed pre-season not played, so I would suggest that everybody, like always, is mindful of that. But players don't play over 190 games in the NRL and score so many tries unless you've got something about you. So I would describe personally a little bit in Ken Seo mold. So reliable, good starts to sets, win rucks, etc. So he'll start and build his game, and he'll be encouraged to build his game on doing the fundamentals well. We're not looking for someone to come out, and look to throw some magic in straight away. He'll have his moments as the season progresses, but just build his game on the fundamentals, and that'll be a good start point for him. There's no pressure from us.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Rose. Enjoy tomorrow. Good luck.
Yes, thank you.
Off you go, Rob.
Right, Paul, you okay?
Hey, mate. Good, thank you.
Good. Happy birthday for yesterday from me and the boys. Did the players get you anything nice, or was Salford's win at Settles for the first time in 44 years enough for you?
Yeah, mate, that was it. And trust, I shared the birthday with Callum and Ryan, so I'm the last on the pecking order there, mate. I got some socks, that were it.
Under promise, over deliver is one of your mantras. Does wins against Settles like last week make that harder going forward?
Oh, definitely. I think it's a funny one, isn't it? Because the facts remain that we've got a small squad, low budget, all this, that, and the other. That's factual. So it's not something, or it's not a narrative that we choose. It's a narrative that's factual. So I guess it adds an element of magnitude to our wins and our successes. when you're playing against teams that are, you know, probably near on double your budget and got an environment and a resource that's, you know, far better or greater than ours, so to speak. So yeah, it makes it all the sweeter, doesn't it? And we've got to keep aspiring to overachieve in that respect. But we're also aware of, and I'll never sit here and talk down the quality of the team that we've got, in particular when we're healthy. So we've got a good team. We understand that. We believe that, and it's a nice and comfortable way of going about our business, really, in many respects. As I sit here, of course, I'd like to have the resource that the other clubs have got, but we control the controllables, and as I said, and I'll always revert back to, we've got a group of lads with good character who can play a bit of rugby as well. So we're never shocked by our success, but we're certainly fulfilled and pleased, you know, to go and get a win. You know, in St Helens in particular, where they're, you know, where we have so much respect for them as a club and as a team that has dominated for the, you know, the recent years.
Yeah, you talk about your players in your squad that are ready to go, and you won't hesitate to put them in. Is this a challenge for them to come in now and take a spot?
Always the case. Everybody's been great up to now, so nobody's getting dropped. So, you know, I guess in that respect, as a coach, I've had it pretty easy. I've not had, you know, too many tough decisions because form's been good. Albeit now one out, one in, and that's how it works. So yeah, it's the individuals. It's up to them to shine and try and retain and make some tough decisions when people come back, and there's some decisions to make.
Yeah, you say obviously you got a few long-term 8-week injuries. Is there any prospects of new faces coming in, or are you still stuck in the same circumstances?
Yeah, we've brought Gil Dudson in. Gil Dudson will play tomorrow. So that's a baptism of fire for him. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Good. Final one from me. Wigan will be a tough game, a challenge to see if your team can go back to back against a top 4 team.
Oh yeah, huge challenge. But that's what Super League is, isn't it? And you know, they are you know, I think they're a little bit more than a top 4 team. They're the world champions. I think we're underselling how good of a team, but more importantly, how good of a club Wigan are. Grown up watching Wigan dominate the 90s, you know. So in my lifetime, Wigan have been the team, along with a couple of us in there, but they've been the team, and they come here with our utmost respect and understanding of, you know, exactly what they are, what they're about. So yeah, it's certainly a challenge. I'd always rather have a fully healthy squad going into these sort of challenges, but again, you know, you have a worry about it and use them as excuses, or you take the opportunity and get excited by the challenge that lays ahead, and we'll take that option.
Brilliant. Thanks for talking to us, and good luck tomorrow.
Nice one, thank you.